Where are you from?
I'm from Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh. What made you want to leave?
Um, so my parents were looking for better opportunities in life.
So your parents took you with them?
Yeah.
Mm. So like, how was it? Like the transition and stuff?
You mean like culturally?
Mm-hmm.
Um, there were a lot of different things. I think that Mexico, it's more communal, and over here, I felt more like an individualistic culture.
Yeah. Was it like encouraging or discouraging?
At the beginning, it was a little discouraging because it felt like there were a lot of things that we had to do in order to settle here, and to get a house or rent a house or whatever. So,
Did that discouragement like help you like change in a way?
well, yeah, we had to overcome those difficulties, right? So, you definitely need a change in mentality on how you approach the situation. So, sure.
So were you and your family like really close?
Yeah, we were really close.
Mm. But did you want to leave Mexico?
No, no, not at the beginning because I had my friends there, and everything that I knew was in Mexico.
So like, do you imagine like life in Mexico if you never left?
Mm, yes, I also had the opportunity to be living on both sides of the border because I lived in Tijuana and San Diego at some point. So I had the opportunity to go back and forth between the two cultures. So um, I actually had the opportunity to live both lives.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, did you visit where you left?
Yeah, I actually just I went there during break. I spent my break in Tijuana. Tijuana is like 2 hours and a half away from here, so it's not that far.
So, you mentioned your friends. Was it difficult to leave them?
Yeah, it's difficult to leave your friends, but at the end, you always, I mean, if you're open to, you end up making more friends, new friends. So, but yeah, for sure it was difficult.
So, what was the hardest thing to get used to?
Learning English for sure. Writing essays at school was kind of really difficult because I think it's a different approach in Mexico. They put more emphasis like into science than writing skills, let's say.
So, how did you adapt to like the environment?
How did I adapt to what? Sorry.
In the environment.
Well, it just took some time. It took some time. I went to high school, then I went to college, and I just then started working, and I kind of started assimilating and learning more about the culture and everything.
Yeah. So, if you could tell yourself one thing before you immigrated, what would it be and why?
So maybe I would tell myself that everything would be okay, and that if I feel nervous or out of place, it would just be momentarily, and that feeling is gonna pass.
So, what did you have to do in order to get like where you are now?
What did I have to do? Well, I had to go to school. I had to learn a lot from my mistakes. What can I say? I think just keep pushing through. Sometimes you feel like you're going through dark or difficult times, but nothing's forever. So yeah, it's gonna change.
So, do you think English was hard to learn?
Yes and no, because I also had the opportunity of learning English in Mexico, but it's different learning like school English than learning like how people really speak.
So,
So I think that the most difficult part was like learning maybe like the idioms that people use to communicate, right?
yeah.
it's not the same that just saying like, hey, hello, how are you? And like, hey, what's up? Or
Yeah.
what up?
So when your family moved, like, did they struggle?
Yeah, so at the beginning I moved with my parents, but then I stayed here by myself and my parents went back to Mexico. So I think that the struggle was like the distance, you know?
So like, how did you overcome like that feeling?
So eventually I went to live with my parents back in Mexico. That's why I kind of went back and forth between Tijuana and San Diego. So that helped me, but it was, I felt really lonely and depressed not having my parents with me.
So do you still feel that way now?
No, I'm currently living with my mom and my sister, so, no.
Wait, so how many siblings do you have?
I have a sister, one.
I see. If you ever like saw your family struggle, like, did it hurt you?
Yes, I think that the struggle was more about like being distant
Mhm.
one from another, so it was definitely hurtful. When you're a kid, you know, the only thing that you have are your parents, and like, if they're not there, you feel lonely.
So in Mexico, did you have like other like family in Mexico, like a huge family?
Yeah, most of my family lives in Mexico. I also have family here, but I've had contact with most of my family in Mexico, for sure.
I'm